Today on Slugs of the Week, Elon Musk ready to speed up the process to colonize Mars.
Woo.
Trump wants more money from South Korea and Japan.
Nah.
And South Korea is the 35th healthiest country in the world.
We also run down. Twitter may sell itself, Snapchat still exists, horses can communicate with us, and do you want to go to Mars?
This is Alex.
This is Joe.
Check out the new mugs and enjoy the Slugs of the Week. First up, Elon Musk says it's feasible to send up to 100 people to Mars starting in 2022. He's 3 years ahead of schedule, at least in his planning part of this activity, and he thinks it's only going to cost around $10 billion a person. It's quite an expensive journey. Is it possible? And do you think there are implications that are big enough to talk about here today?
Well, before we talk about space travel, Alex, let me just say, you may disagree with him, but you have to respect Elon Musk. First, Tesla, now new energy, now again space travel. He definitely wants to cement himself as the pioneer of 21st century.
Pioneer of almost everything, it sounds like. And he's doing a pretty good job of sticking to his original plans in his other endeavors. They're also both in the infant stage, if you will, but I think it's showing that at least he knows how to make a plan and go through with it. The question on this one is, where's the money coming from?
Well, what did you say it was? 10 billion ahead, and he wants to 100 billion, so that's
$1
what?
trillion.
Wow.
It could be up to $1 trillion for that first
Apple is worth 700 billion. Samsung is worth 200 billion. So added to that, it's more than that. So you're basically sending one of the richest companies in the world in one project.
Yeah, but I think it is possible. Now, he thinks he's going to use a couple of his own accounts, the company money, his own money. But I think because NASA in the past has talked about working side by side with private
So you're saying
enterprises,
this only works if the Mars movie comes true?
and that movie makes enough money to give to I think like NASA, you could see China, because we're not just sending U.S. astronauts. I'm presuming you're going to send astronauts from all over the world. He probably has plans to make this a global project and collect money from different
Well, let me
parts.
just say something. If it's a global co-op project, it's going to be even more difficult than it is now. Plus, I also want to talk about the implications of sending human beings outside
how
of
awesome
space.
is that?
Not awesome. You got to remember, it was
What?
only like 50 years ago we sent someone
Where's
to the
your
moon.
adventurous spirit?
But we never sent a human being before.
Yeah, and 50 years ago, people said Kennedy was crazy. Actually, a little more than that. But still.
Well, speaking of Kennedy, presidents, the world eyes are all on the Trump-Hillary debate. First round, who do you think won?
Oh, it's clear that Hillary crushed Trump. The question is, did she win enough to move the polls? Because, of course, the viewers, the pundits, and the anchors all said
But
that
first
Hillary
of all,
won.
it was just the first round. And
It was round one.
I don't think you need third-party proof to know that Hillary won. You know, there was a lot of witty lines. For example, you got to remember Hillary was coming at the back of like the pneumonia thing, and every media was against her. Trump was having a field day making fun of her, but she comes back hard. And Trump mentioned the health thing too, and she's like, "Are you prepared? Because if you prepare every day like me and work hard like me, yeah, you should come prepared too." And there was a lot of things that Trump shown was disinformed, right?
Well, Trump didn't come prepared, but he was bragging about not being prepared beforehand, and it hurt him. Plus, he still doesn't know the numbers. He's been talking about South Korea and Japan and the U.S. alliances there for a long time, and he said that Japan and Korea need to pay more, but
How much do we pay actually?
a lot.
Like
Actually,
Japan and Korea.
Well, Korea's $866 billion U.S. dollars.
That's
but
a third, right?
That's about 30% of the U.S. budget, and Japan pays about 1.9 billion, which is about a little more than 25%. And so they pay enough. Plus, we're not there to protect them. We're there for our own kind of strategic alliance, is the way the U.S. sees it.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a U.S. interest in that part, and you got to remember Obama pivot to Asia. I know some people say that it succeeded or not, but the important thing is U.S. is no longer perceived as like the only superpower in the world. After the Cold War, it was basically U.S. ran. The perception was that, but now international politics is more important than ever.
Which is China you gotta be prepared. You gotta know who you're talking to, know what you're talking about.
And this debate show that Hillary not only had the experience but the credentials to lead the new U.S. must become. You know what I mean?
All right, let's hope the U.S. voters agree with that. And finally, we're going to be talking about Korea's health, because Korea recently came out on a list of the healthiest countries in the world at number 35. 35, not a great number.
But out of 180, so we are relatively healthier than most countries. But compared with other countries,
hold on. That's kind of like considering all the countries that are maybe under the poverty line as well. There's a lot of those countries. Flowers. Thank you for pointing that out to the camera. I mean, look, it's okay.
Did soju mention in there?
Alcohol was up there. But
what was the causes though? Was it suicide, right?
Suicide
Everybody
was
knows
their
that.
worst one. That was same with Japan, and the U.S. also had that as well as one of their worst ones. Number 2 for Korea was pollution. Pollution was a big factor. And there was also some random ones, like the prevalence of tuberculosis was another random one. Obesity. I was surprised about that.
I don't think it was obesity. I think it was actually overweight.
Excuse me, correct.
But I do agree, if you live in Korea, you
obesity.
do see us much more bigger because, I guess, a lot of reasons. Our dietary pattern is changing more to the Western thing.
Right.
We're also better fed. But about the suicide thing, I can definitely say Korea is a very stress-inducing place here.
And that could be why
we're
smoking
known
was
for
up
long
there in that
working
list
hours.
as well.
OECD said it.
Smoking,
yeah,
suicide.
smoking causes tuberculosis, and a lot of even for like.
Well, smoking is just a list on the list itself as an indicator, and so these indicators are from a list from the UN, and the UN came out with. I think it was 270 indicators of.
But the top countries are not surprising.
And then 33% were health related. Top countries we were talking about. Iceland number 1, Singapore number 2, Sweden number 3.
So small population with mature
Makes
economies,
sense.
very good social systems here. But Japan is 26, but it has
27th, right?
27th, but they have 1.4 billion people, I think. Korea has 50
That's
million.
China. Hold on.
Oh, that's my bad. I mean,
but large countries. So the higher your economy, the better. But the higher your population, the worse you do.
So
China was 100
and air pollution
or
is
92.
There, right?
Air pollution's in there. North Korea sitting around 116. So that's it for your slugs of the week. But don't forget, we still have the 30-second rundown coming up next. So stick around.
Stay tuned. Twitter may sell itself. And I did not know Twitter still existed.
Sell itself. It's getting so bad it's into prostitution now.
What?
Twitter may sell itself.
Okay.
It may sell itself to Google as one of the companies that they're considering.
Rumor to me.
It's a rumor. It's about time. The profitability is just not there.
Now it's just basically a bulletin for companies to make an announcement and some celebrities, right?
You can get news. It's actually great for getting news right away.
It's a shame because they were big once in a while. All I remember is they wanted to add more than 140 characters.
Speaking of social media, Snapchat looking at new glasses. For you, $129, you can get a camera right in your sunglasses. You gonna get it?
Google Glass.
Oh, that's a pretty good comeback there.
Google Glass. I mean, if you see your competitor not do it, why invest in it? It's
yeah.
Just,
it doesn't seem like a good.
If glass was common, I would understand. But
what do you do with it at that point? Like, it's not like the people that you upload to social media. They can't
if they
see
want to
your
grab
glasses.
attention, it works. Now, horses can communicate with us.
You got very soft there. You got a soft spot for horses?
Yes, of course I do. I love all animals, especially pandas. But anyway, a small group of animals can communicate with us. What else is there? Apes?
Apes and dolphins can also point to shapes to communicate with us, and that's why it's a big deal. We used to think that horses were not able to communicate or they weren't smart, but now we found a different way.
Yeah, it could be that they stayed with us long. I mean, researchers said, they taught them symbols and they can tell the weather, whether they're cold. So, they stayed with us a long time. So most domesticated
Elon Musk wants to send us to space, and Joe, you're with me, right?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
I mean, I'm not with you, of course, but I'm also
because
without
it's
a
me.
lot of
You're
people
afraid, like, I'm
going
gonna
there in
ruin
the
the
beginning.
mission?
No, we've never done it before, so I just want to see how the first rounds go.
You see if people die first, and then you
not die first. I just want to say it's feasible.
You want to be? I want to be an inventor.
Because Musk said there's a 100-year plan for colonizing, so. No,
you want to wait till 1 million people live there?
No, maybe when I'm old and I got nothing to lose, then I will go. So, folks, those were our slugs of the week. If you liked me and didn't think Joe won, please press like. And if you thought Alex lost completely, press like too. Tell us what you want us to slug over next, and we'll catch you next time.
I'm Alex.
This is Joe, and those were your slugs of the week.
Wow, your ending, you sure lost on that one.
No, I kind of want to do something new.